Chris, another good result for Rovers. They're back up high up in the table.
Yeah, up to fourth in the table after a good weekend 2-0 win over Millwall. Deserved victory as well. Has to be said in mitigation that really Millwall had half a side out because they had 10 first team players missing through injury. Very badly hit, but as Paul Trollope rightly said after the game, you can only beat what's put in front of you, and there's no doubt Rovers deserve to do that. Jeff Hughes with a penalty in the first half. That's 5 penalties now Rovers have won this season. And Chris Lyons with an absolute screamer in the second half, early contender for goal of the month, I think.
And what did you make of the new faces?
Mikkel Andersen in goal, the Danish goalkeeper they got from Reading, certainly looked very comfortable and assured with everything he did. You didn't really see too much of Mark Wright, the new winger. He had quite really a quiet game, particularly in the first half, where he didn't see a lot more, a lot of the ball. Saw a little bit more of it in the second half, but I think there's probably more to come from him.
And what was the reaction from the fans? I mean, they must be loving all these wins.
Yeah, very pleased. It's the best start Rovers have made now for 5 years, and up to fourth place in the table was a good start, because particularly compared to recent seasons where they haven't got off to the greatest openings, and now of course the challenge is to keep that going.
And penalty decisions seem to be going their way. I mean, it's always the case of a manager, they talk about luck and you've got to accept when it goes for you and when it goes against you. They're not going to run out of luck later in the season, are they?
Well, it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? These things tend to even out, but they're getting into good positions in the box, and you've got to be in there to win the spot kicks. I mean, there's no doubt, I don't think, that Saturday's penalty was a penalty. Jeff Hughes clearly got clipped by the Millwall defender. Yeah, he's taken on the penalty duties, and he's scored a couple now. So.
And next up, Oldham, and they've got a bit of time to actually do some training, coaching in between.
They have. They'll start back at work again on Tuesday, looking ahead to the Oldham game. I think as well they'll be looking behind the scenes, maybe to try and bring somebody else in this week. Of course, the loan window reopens on Tuesday. It's no secret that Rovers are looking for a striker. I think they may also be looking for one other player as well. Whether they'll get both remains to be seen. But I think there will be moves this week to try and get a new striker in.
Given what you've seen so far this season, the fact they are getting goals in Lambert's absence, is that need for a striker perhaps less than they initially thought, maybe?
No, I think they do need to get somebody, because I think the game at Hereford last week in the Johnson's Paint Trophy, where they really had no strikers because of illness and injury, showed that there is a need. They had to play Darryl Duffy up front on his own that night, and although it worked to some effect because Dominic Blizzard had a really good game just sitting in the hole behind Duffy and put a lot of good balls through, but Duffy didn't take chances, and the bench really looked a bit thin. So if they've got illness or injuries in the camp, they do need extra cover.
And Lyons' goal of the month potentially?
Yeah, certainly. Great strike, right-footed, came out to him from a headed clearance from a Jeff Hughes cross, and he took one touch and just smashed it in right-footed from 25 yards. So I think he's spent a lot of the weekend rerunning that, actually, from the information I've been getting. But no, it was a great goal, really good goal.
Excellent. Thanks very much.